is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of True Myths, One Lie, the game show in the form of a podcast all about ghosts, conspiracy theories, myths, urban legends, all of the things that we don't fully understand. I'm your host, Anthony Manella, and the way that the game works is I'm going to tell 3 stories, 2 of which are from people who claim that these stories are real, these things have really happened to them, and 1 that I have made up. It is your job at home and my guest's job to try and figure out which is the story that is fake that I made up. Today's first guest sometimes has trouble telling her lefts from her lefts from her rights.
And my lefts from my lights.
Jessica Signorello.
Thank you.
Jessica Heinlein Signorello. Signorello Heinlein.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's hyphenated.
Are you gatekeeping?
I haven't changed my name yet, so
Yes.
there's still time.
They are married, if you're not aware of that. And then, my second guest is her not nearly as good-looking counterpart, Andrew Heinlein.
I'm sorry, Andrew Signorello Heinlein.
And then my third guest is the person who wore 1 dress shoe and 1 flip-flop to their wedding, my brother, Christopher Manella.
My toe was hurting, so I had to.
True story.
He
Thank
got
you for
surgery on his toe.
Also, Christopher Signorello Heinlein.
Oh, right.
That's
I'm
to
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. Today's stories are fairly tame. They really won't be scary to anyone unless your name is Andrew Heinlein.
Oh, I think
We're talking about clowns.
Oh, man.
I specifically saved this episode for Andrew because he has a crippling fear of clowns, for those of you who don't know.
I hate them so much.
Andrew despises clowns.
I like them because he hates
boy.
them.
Just to recap, I'm going to tell 3 stories. 2 of these are from people who really saw clowns. These things really happened to them.
Yeah, I've seen a clown too. Clowns are real.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
true.
what I'm saying. These stories are...
See,
I
these
think
are
it's
gonna
like
be
the
extra
killer
scary then.
clowns that you see like in the far distance.
These are the killer clowns. This is
Oh, boy.
basically going back to like 2016 when we had the whole killer clown thing, which I'm convinced just started because it was promotion to instill the fear of clowns into people for the movie It, and then real people like said, "Oh, that's really cool," and jumped on board, and it got really out of hand. That's my guess for what happened with that. But yeah, this is going back to 2016. These stories. Are you ready to hear some spooky clown stories?
Wait, are they all from 2016?
2 of these are.
Okay.
Yes.
The fake one isn't.
That was from 2021.
I'm not telling you which dates are from
okay,
each story.
okay.
You're clever.
Thanks.
Proceed.
Okay. Are we ready to hear story number 1?
As
Yeah.
ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
All right. I'm telling you that they're fairly tame.
I'll still be afraid tonight. Jessica, we're sleeping with the lights on.
Story number 1. So, there was a girl, and she just started college. She went away for school, so she's living on campus. She doesn't know anybody. She doesn't have any friends, and she wants to make some friends. So she signs up for a dance class that meets every Friday night after class. So she is walking to her dance class. She gets there. She has a really good time. But on her way back is when things start to get a little bit weird.
Back where?
Home?
Back to her dorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's only like a 10-minute walk.
I wasn't sure she was going back to class.
But it's dark out. It's late. And she's walking. She's the only person on this campus at the moment. She calls her grandma. She's making some small talk with her when she notices a figure that is standing underneath one of the streetlights. This figure must hear her talking to her grandmother on the phone because it turns around super slowly and stares right at her. This man is very, very large, wearing
Oh boy.
bright blue pajamas, crazy red hair, and a killer clown mask. She sees this man and she realizes, okay, I gotta think fast. So she doesn't pretend that she's talking to her grandma. She pretends that she's talking to someone on campus and says, I'm almost there. I'll be right there. And instead of going to her dorm, she turns to the closest building to her. This is kind of a shot in the dark because the campus is basically closed at this point. She's just praying that the building right there will be unlocked and she can get inside. So she goes to the closest building. It was unlocked. She gets inside and her grandma's like, "What is going on? Like, what are you talking about? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Listen, there's this crazy clown. It just started staring at me. I don't know what to do." And her grandma says, "Okay, stay on the line with me. I'm going to have your grandpa call the campus security and help you out." So she's sitting there waiting on the line, waiting for the security to show up, and one of the doors slowly creaks open. And she's like, oh my gosh, this thing followed me inside of here. So she goes into one of the corridors and she hides behind a wall, but then she peeks out and she realizes it's just the campus police. They showed up.
What?
They got there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is terrifying.
Andrew hates clowns so
I hate
much.
this so much.
Oh, I'm loving this. This is fun.
Oh, good to chill.
So, oh my goodness.
It was Topher. He touched me.
I scared him.
So the campus security escorts her back to her dorm. She makes it safely, and that's the last time that she runs into this clown.
That's good.
That is the end.
That's good that she never ran into him again.
Happy for her.
I felt like that girl for a second, honestly. I've could envision everything that was happening.
Good. You're supposed to put yourself in these people's shoes when I tell these stories.
I wasn't.
All right, well, try that. That's the end of story number 1. You guys may discuss.
Okay.
What were you
I
gonna
think
say?
it's fake. And why was she on the phone with her grandma? That's kind of random.
Oh, that's what grandmas do. They call you when you're away at college.
In
They
the
send you
middle
care
of the
packages.
In the middle of the night? Grandma's going to sleep at 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
Everything is fishy about this story, Anthony.
No, you know what?
I'm on to something here.
No, I don't know. I feel like a girl definitely made up that story, but not Anthony.
Wrong girl.
Yeah, that's a Reddit story. In my head, I'm gonna pretend like all these are fake. To help me sleep tonight. Yeah, I didn't really get much information from that. I guess we'll have to wait for the next.
Yeah, I thought for a second when you said that it was the security guard or whatever, I thought she saw him and thought it was a clown. But they were 2 different people, right?
2 different people.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You never know.
Because I'm an international.
Super
Super
spy.
Oh boy.
Super spy.
Anywho, are we ready to hear story number 2?
Try to make this one a little more realistic.
I feel like that's extremely realistic. That kind of stuff was happening
I'm a
nonstop.
skeptic.
Nonstop. Especially stupid college kids.
He didn't say a single thing about Yik Yak. A single thing.
That's true. Yik Yak was the craze back then.
I'm just saying.
I used Yik Yak in college.
She should have went on Yik Yak and been like, hey,
Yo, crazy clown.
anybody else see that crazy clown? And everybody would have been like, yeah, man, I saw
Yeah.
it too. That's what
She
really would
got
have
like
happened.
14 upvotes.
14.
14. Moving on.
Yes.
Story number 2. So there's a guy, he's in his late 20s, and he lives in a house by himself. He had the flu, and he was really, really sick. He basically... Why is that unbelievable? I literally didn't even say anything
No way
yet.
he had the flu.
You guys-
Continue.
The flu doesn't exist this year.
Exactly. We canceled it.
Okay, he had the flu, and he was really not feeling great. For those only listening and not watching, they're like rolling their eyes at me.
We
shaking
got
their
him,
heads.
boys.
We got him.
We got him, boy. Story 2's fake.
He's super, super weak. He has no appetite. He literally just laid in his bed for like 2 days.
Average flu symptoms.
Yes, yeah.
I've looked it up on WebMD.
You thought you had it?
I don't think
He just said ND, not MD. I would just like to point out.
Roll back the tape.
We're not even trying to find out the story anymore. We're just seeing if he's actually sick or not.
I honestly don't even know what's going on in this story right now.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to anything
Oh, okay,
yet.
good.
He's just sick in bed. That's all we hear, right?
Yeah, Andrew and Toph have not let me actually
Okay,
get to
go
the
ahead,
story.
go
All
ahead.
that happened is that he is sick in bed. He finally, after 2 days, feels hungry enough, gets a little bit of an appetite to go into the kitchen and make himself some food. So he gets up and he starts hearing noises coming from his kitchen. He peeks into the kitchen and he sees a crazy clown woman
That's even scarier
kitchen?
than a clown.
in his kitchen.
A crazy clown woman.
Oh.
And
Why is
she's
that funny? How is that funny?
she turns to
know.
him, she notices him, she turns to him and just starts shrieking at him. She's screaming. He does not stay long enough to find out what she's screaming about. He gets out of there and he calls his friend and he's like, hey, I need you to get here as quickly as possible. Call the police. Under no circumstances, go inside of my house. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, I'll explain it when you get here. So the guy waits out on his curb. His friend only lives like 5-10 minutes away. His friend arrives and he tells his friend what happened. The police arrives. He explains to the police. He's like, listen, there's a crazy woman in my kitchen. She was cooking. She was yelling.
That's terrifying.
She's a clown. She was cooking. Horrifying.
He said cooking first.
Well, I don't know the order.
She's cooking.
We don't know what she was
food,
cooking.
And I'm not hungry right
saying.
now.
I had no appetite, so she had no reason to be cooking. I have the flu. The police officers kind of just think it's funny. They go inside and they escort out this insane woman, and it's exactly how he described. There's this crazy woman that was in his house.
The fact that it was real.
Who maybe was in there for more than just that day. Might have been in there with him for a longer period of time because he had the door unlocked for 2 days and didn't leave his room, so he has no idea when she entered.
God.
She's yelling at the cop and she's saying, "They're the trespassers. This is my house. They're crazy." They do a background search on this woman. Turns out there was a warrant out for her arrest anyway, so the police just take her to jail. That is the end of story number 2.
Oh no, that's definitely a true story.
You may now discuss.
I think
That
this one's
sounds like-
definitely real.
No, that's real.
That's definitely
Yeah.
real. Oh man, that's terrifying.
Wait, but all right. So, like, you explain to me again, like, how she's like a clown woman. Like, what was she wearing?
clown
basically,
makeup?
yeah,
Probably.
basically like face painted white. She's got like lipstick, but like on her cheeks to make her cheeks rosy.
Like the Joker?
Kind of like the Joker.
She had
but
crazy
she's
red
just,
hair?
She's just using her normal hair, but it looks like it hasn't been washed in years.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean that one seems pretty legit. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Yeah, it's-
definitely.
The only thing that Anthony fabricated is that this guy had the flu.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't
I don't
sick.
think he's allowed to add any embellishments.
I swear, if I ever get the flu, I'm like barricading my house. I'm putting boards up on every window.
I will gladly do it for you, so I don't have to listen to you complain.
Thank you.
He is
Guys,
the
this-
biggest
this-
baby when he's sick. It's so bad.
This is what you should look for in a wife. Someone who will barricade the doors for you when you have the flu, okay? So the other day, this is like right after I got out of the shower, so I was still in my underwear. I could have...
You showered in your underwear?
Yeah, what?
I got out of the shower and put on my underwear.
The way you worded it though made it sound like you were coming out of the shower with underwear on. Right?
Anyway, so I got out of the shower, put my underwear on, right? But I was folding laundry, okay? And I could have sworn I heard like a bang upstairs, and I was terrified. So I told my dog to stay. I said, "Stay here. I'll take care of this." And I searched the whole house in my underwear.
No, you didn't do that. You're lying.
100% I did. But then I found out it was actually just the dryer.
Oh my God.
Does anyone have any final thoughts on story number 2 before we move into our next segment?
I can confirm that's real.
I think we
Yeah.
don't even need to think about that. Like,
Yeah.
From life experiences.
We have a break coming up, but before we get into our break, we're gonna play a quick little mini game. So we're gonna play a quick round of Would You Rather. I'm gonna give you guys a really dumb scenario that I made up that is basically life-changing.
This is like Andrew's favorite game.
I love this game.
I know it is. And you guys have to tell me which one you'd rather do and why, okay?
we have to all agree on one.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Would you rather pick any creature, monster, something from a horror movie to haunt you for the rest of your life? Or let someone pick for you, but you only have to be haunted by this person for 2 years? Or this monster, this creature?
Definitely the 2-year
Yeah.
one.
Wait, who's picking?
Definitely.
I don't know. Someone else. Me. Sure, I'll pick.
I think it definitely depends on who's picking, but either way, I'd
Yeah.
rather do it for only 2 years. But like, I feel like for me, a lifetime of annoyance.
Yeah.
You already have
Is-
one.
Right, I don't need another one. So I'd rather just take like the 2 years of like absolute misery that somebody else would pick.
What
I
if,
disagree.
What if the 2-year one that they pick for you is like deadly? Like this thing
That's
will
not that
kill you.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, then
It's
I
not that
die.
bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's a
well,
lot less than 2 years.
Right, exactly. It's all about the math.
This is really difficult.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to think of like a villain,
lifetime
like
could
a
also-
harmless villain. You know what I mean? Like something from a movie that can't harm me in any way. Like Magikarp.
Yeah.
He can't do anything.
Love
I
it.
mean, I don't think we're incling Pokemon.
I'm trying to think of
You
a
said any
I'm trying to
TV
think of a monster that could also be beneficial in some way to me. I'm trying to like.
So you're gonna like befriend it and tame it.
Like Mike and Sully.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was gonna say.
Like I would pick them maybe.
Oh.
I was gonna say I would pick either one of them or like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Something
Are
that's
those
just
considered horror movies though? They're sure they're monsters, but
well, they're mythical creatures. They're paranormal.
All right.
They
All about the
count.
Then-
so I can pick a mythical creature.
I mean, is Mike Wazowski allowed?
I mean,
'Cause
I would definitely hang
then
out
I
with him
would pick
all
him.
the time.
I just don't like want to be tied to a monster for the rest of my life either, though. So I feel like I'm just gonna go.
You're hurting my
If
feelings.
we aren't like allowed to like pick like a Mike Wazowski type character, then I would do the 2 years thing.
Me too.
That's just
I
it.
agree.
I don't like the rest of my life. That is
I don't have
too
to
much.
decide right now. Like what
Kinda
I
do.
No,
Yeah,
no. I'm gonna answer the question. I'm just saying like if I were to pick something for a lifetime, I don't have to decide right this second what I pick.
No.
I would pick a lifetime, but I get to choose. Definitely. I like to hold
would
fate in
you
my old
choose?
hand.
I agree
Not
with
my
you.
old hand, my own hand.
I would rather know what I'm getting into than have 2 years of misery.
Like it just show up.
Yeah.
Even if it was bad. Like I don't know. Like I'd pick Bigfoot.
Anthony, since me and Jess picked the 2 years, you should pick our monsters for us.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I picked them right
So
now.
who would you haunt us with?
Dogman. You get Dogman.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
so
the
yeah.
person that wrote that post.
So Toph gets Dogman, and Jess gets The Exorcist.
Oh,
Who's that?
isn't that the girl with the like hair over her face?
Wait, let's look her
No,
up.
that's the
Wait.
one that
No,
vomited.
that's the ring.
Projectile
Yeah.
vomited and her head spun.
Oh, she's a baddie, huh?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
her.
I know this girl.
Yeah, she'll probably like throw up on you and try and kill you.
See, that grosses me out though. Like the throwing up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her dog threw up on the bed the other day.
Yeah, let's not even tell that story. Andrew was like half asleep trying to like get me to just go back to bed. And all I feel is like literal just like moistness on my legs. And I'm like, Andrew, why is it wet? And he's like, oh, it's just Apollo. He's licking the bed. I'm like, okay. And I try going back to bed, but it just bothering me so much. So I go, Andrew, it's like soaked. So he turns the light on. He's like, oh, he threw up. And I'm like,
What about that time that me and you were sharing a hotel bed and I said, Andrew, what's that like wet thing that I feel? And then I pulled up the covers and you were just licking my leg.
Yeah.
well, that's why he thought that
yeah.
was what was happening. He
Right.
thought that was normal.
Right,
I
because
didn't know
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, Andrew, he does it frequently.
Well, he uses like the nice smelling cream on his leg, so I just thought it was.
Andrew just
okay.
was licking up my ointment,
Yeah.
my toxic ointment.
Oh, speaking of which, you had an ad on your video yesterday for ointment.
That's so fitting.
Mini game time.
We just did the mini game.
Can we do another one?
Double mini game because it's my favorite part.
It is my favorite part too. Can you do another Would You Rather?
Yeah, let's do another one.
I don't have. I guess I could think of one. Okay, would you rather be abducted by aliens so you have confirmation that they're real, but then when they beam you back down, the whole world thinks you're crazy and you have to live with horrible mental trauma the whole rest of your life?
Already have it.
What?
No, continue.
Or would you rather find out on your 18th birthday that your parents are aliens and now that you're 18 they're telling you that you're also an alien and it's time to go up to Mars and live there?
I'd rather that.
Yeah, that sounds.
That kind of sounds like Guardians of the
Sounds
Galaxy.
fun.
Yeah, it sounds kind of radical.
like my life has purpose now.
Yeah.
We are going to take a quick break, but as soon as we come back, we're going to jump into story number 3. Whew,
Andrew.
we all just sat back down.
You went a little higher than the rest of us.
Andrew fell through the ceiling back into the seat. But nonetheless, we are back. Are you guys ready to hear story number Trace?
Yes.
Not quite, but yes.
As long as it's nothing like story number 2, yes.
It's definitely not like story number 2.
Then go ahead.
Yeah.
That
you're
was
good.
the only condition.
Good to
ahead.
go.
Okay, so there's a woman in her 30s. She just got a new job. She's been there for maybe a month or so now, and she's starting to warm up to everybody. And she made a couple of friends there who all like to go biking. They like to just go for nice little bike rides, go through not anything super dangerous, just go on some easy trails and stuff. And they invited her to go with them. So she figures okay, I want to go. I want to make new friends, but I gotta go buy this bike. So she goes home and she is running low on cash. Things are not looking that great for her at the moment. So she decides instead of buying a brand new bike, she's going to go online and find a used bike.
She went on Craigslist, didn't she?
She does go on Craigslist. So she goes on Craigslist.
Unsponsored.
She goes
Never
on
sponsored.
Craigslist and she finds a bike that she likes that is not too far from her. It's only about a 40-minute drive. So she also, she's a single mother. So she tells her daughter, like, hey, on Friday, we're going to go pick up this bike after I get out from work. And then me and you are going to go out to eat. It's, Friday rolls around and they drive there. And from her inquiring with the person online, they exchange numbers. Person seems nice, normal. But then she shows up. She calls and no one picks up the phone. She says, like, okay, maybe he's busy, maybe whatever. I'm gonna just wait here for just a very short amount of time, see if he calls me back. If not, I'm just gonna go. Like, what else am I gonna do? She's sitting there on her phone when she hears her daughter in the back seat go, Mommy, what's that? Oh. And the daughter is now pointing, and there's now a man standing in the window, one hand on the glass, rainbow hair, rainbow wig.
He's a silly boy.
A white and black stripes, jumpsuit, also wearing a clown mask.
Why are all these clowns wearing clown masks? Why are they wearing makeup?
Yeah, just be yourself.
It's fake.
Most of the clowns and clown sightings, I'm pretty sure, during this time were wearing masks.
Oh, so you get to hide who you are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because everything was on camera.
That's a very good
true.
point. Once he realizes that the mother is now looking at him too, he waves and he holds up his pointer finger as if wait, 1 second, as if I'll be right there. And then he turns and he walks out of view from the window. And it looked like he was going towards the front door, but this woman did not stay long enough to find out if that's where he was going. So she pulls out of that driveway, gets out of there. When she gets home, she gets a call from that guy's number, and she does not answer it. She lets it ring. After it rings, person leaves a voicemail. She checks the voicemail, and it's just the guy in a normal voice going, hey, do you still want the bike? And she just deletes the voicemail, blocks the number, never speaks to this guy again. That is the end of story number 3. You may now discuss.
Top 3 problems of being a full-time clown. No one buys your stuff on Craigslist.
Why'd you drive away?
Oh, I hated that story. I get so wrapped up in these stories, I couldn't focus on
I
it.
kind of believe that story, I'm not gonna lie.
You do? Yeah, I think I do too. I think this might be the easiest podcast so far.
Yeah.
I think the first story's fake.
I'm skeptical of story 3.
You are?
I am skeptical.
Can we at least get rid of story 2 though?
Oh yeah, that's
I
definitely
think
real.
That's just completely real.
But what were your thoughts on the story, Andrew? You
I
specifically.
hated it. I absolutely hated it.
Because you were freaking out the whole time.
I hated every aspect of it because I put myself in the child's shoes and then I put myself in the mother's shoes. It was like going through it twice. I hated
There
every
are
aspect.
some things about this story that I'm a little bit skeptical of.
Of Anthony-esque
he's
tropes.
a little low on money, so she goes on Craigslist.
He just wanted to Mommy? He wanted to say that to make it scary.
You think?
Yes. Am I right?
Yeah,
little bit.
probably.
When, let's say you go and you murder somebody and then you put their body in a bag, right?
Where
They
is
will-
this
Wait,
going?
what?
I'm sorry. Start over.
Stay with me.
Okay, we're
So you
following.
go, you murder somebody, you put their body in a bag, and you just bury it somewhere. They
Have you
will
done
literally track down your purchase by the bag. So, I don't know, when you wear a clown mask, and there's only so many of those types of clown masks, and there's only
Buy
so many
cash.
of those Halloween stores or party cities in that area, you can narrow down who the scary clown is. So I don't really think masks are all that effective. I don't know
I think
if
they're very effective, and I'll tell you why. You can buy them cash, first of all, and you don't even have to buy it
but
in your
there's
local
security
area.
footage. There's security footage.
But it hides your identity. That's more important. Do you really? Can you remind us? Can you hit some footnotes for the first story again, please?
Hit some
Why was that
footnotes.
so hard for you to say?
Okay, well, I don't know what that means, but what I will
can
do
you
Go over each story.
what I
Is it-
will
a flashback, if you will?
is I'm gonna recap all 3 stories and then have you guys make your final decision.
That's what I was asking for.
Thank you.
Okay. Story number 1, girl shows up to her first semester of college, doesn't have any friends, signs up for a dance class. On her way back to her dorm, sees a creepy clown under a streetlight, turns around, looking at her. She talks into her grandma. Her grandma calls the campus police, and they escort her back to her dorm. Story number 2, guy is sick in his house for 2 days, finally gets the energy to go into his kitchen. Crazy woman shrieks at him. Cops finally come, escorts her out. Story number 3, woman tries to buy a bike off of someone on Craigslist, shows up to the house, creepy man staring at her from the window. She drives away. That is all 3 of the stories. I'm going to have you guys make your final decision, discuss, go.
Really, you guys really think it's number
Honestly,
one?
no. As he was going over it, I had a little bit of a change of heart. I have a feeling that he made up the second story and he's really trying to throw us off.
Really?
Yeah, I have a feeling.
That one seemed so real to me. I don't know.
I don't know. I have a weird feeling
I
about
could
it.
really see that happening. Maybe that's why.
Right.
Maybe that's why it's made up.
But like it sounds like a news story, and I feel like I don't know. And I was like, I don't know. Like I've been sick before, but I never been able to not eat for 2 days. Like not left my room for 2 days. And
Yeah, that's true.
and, like nobody checks on you. Like I don't know. There's something a little fishy about it.
I don't know, because like I've seen on the news before, like I've seen like the people like hide in other people's houses. Like, you've seen it before on the news and stuff. I'll also be honest though, as he was telling story number 1 over again, I thought about the episode of SpongeBob when Patrick and
Wee-woo.
yes,
Yeah. Honestly, I think the first one's still the one he made up.
I'm like really
You
split.
think 1, you think 2, and you think 3. Just a reminder, you guys are a team and have to come to the same conclusion.
I'm really overthinking this right now. So what are we gonna compromise on? Because I think that I could settle for number 3 being the fake one too.
to be fair, again, me and Topher have been on the
Wait, you
show a
think
couple times.
2 is the most realistic?
Yeah.
That sounds
Yes.
like it's straight out of a horror movie.
Number 2,
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Jessica.
That one just seems so real. I don't know.
Yes, that could definitely happen.
All right, so then what are we doing? 1 or 3?
Even if it's the most, okay.
My
now,
vote's
now
for 1.
I'm overthinking.
My vote is for 1. I
Now
don't
I'm
want to overthink
overthinking
it.
But that's like a news
I
story.
hate this game show.
I don't think
I'm never
Anthony
coming back.
would make a story
You have to.
with someone being in bed for 2 days with the flu. I don't think Anthony would make that up because that doesn't even sound realistic.
Anthony's never even had the flu.
I have not.
He
had the
looked
flu.
up the symptoms on City ND.
CMD, you mean WebMD.
Jessica's onto something here.
Guys,
I'm telling you,
All right,
it
do you
could
want to
happen.
eliminate number 2 then? We can eliminate number 2. I'm just saying, if it's a fake one, I
Wait,
warned you all.
is there a pizza party on the line?
When we all go out to eat tonight, I'll pay
There's-
for our dinner.
Yeah, there's burgers and shakes on the line.
Oh boy.
Here.
Jess, you get the final say because you've never lost. But know that if we lose, it's your fault.
I think that you made up number 2. I'm telling you.
Jessica?
I'm about to like.
Give me your hint. I trust you, okay? I'm gonna,
Number 2 is fake. I'm telling you.
because I want this to be over, because
Oh,
I'm
no.
terrified.
Number 2 is fake.
Dude.
Number 2 is fake.
Give me your hint.
Number 2 is fake.
Do you trust her?
I'm gonna have to.
You know what? Either way, this is a win-win situation. No, it's not. It's a lose-lose. No, it's a win-win.
Lose-win.
It's a lose-win.
It's a
Either win or
lose-win.
we lose.
No, well, what I was gonna say is, 'cause
Well,
if
that-
she's right, if she's right, it's like all or nothing, because it's like a double down. Because if she's right, then the story's fake, and I don't have to be as scared.
Yes.
And then we also ascend into glory. But if she's wrong, we lose,
And you are allowed to be
and
mad
I'm gonna
at me.
sleep at home with the lights on until I'm 57.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Whatever. I don't care anymore.
Do number 2. I don't want to. I trust
Andrew.
you. I'm sorry. You're right.
Andrew.
Guys, I'm gonna have you make your final decision now.
Okay.
Yes, you gotta lock it in.
Number 2.
Wait. Lock it in.
Number 2.
Jess, you are locking in
On number 2.
story number 2.
Yes, we're locking in on number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, story number 2. I did not make up.
I knew it! Oh no! Jessica! That is so scary. I knew
Oh
it.
no.
What I will say is that
Andrew always tells me that you have to be confident in things. You
Yeah,
just gotta
no,
fake it
what-
till you make it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really confident.
Jess, I appreciated your confidence so much because despite them telling you no, you fought back so hard, and that's a characteristic trait that I do not have, and I wish I did have. So I respect you.
You
Thank
can
you.
see who wears the pants in the relationship.
Oh, it's
respect.
obviously
100%,
Jess.
100%.
You want to give it a second guess for fun,
Number
even though
1.
No way.
a second guess for fun,
Number 3.
even though I'm not paying for our dinner tonight.
It's probably number
Are you
1.
guys okay with number 1?
I'm okay with number 1.
Locking it in.
You really should let me tell
Number
more
one is
stories
our
from work.
second guess.
We would have never gotten this question wrong.
Number 1 is what you're locking in as,
Yeah.
as your for fun guess.
Second guess.
I don't think so, but it's fine.
Andrew, you're right.
I knew
It's
it.
number 3?
It's number 3.
I'm telling you, he wanted to say,
Oh, you're right.
Mommy. Yeah. He put that in just to scare me.
I totally did.
See?
I knew it.
Why didn't you
You knew it. Why did you knew it? You did not know it at all.
That is about it. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who are listening to the audio version, anywhere where podcasts are available, please give this podcast a rate and review. It really, really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for free for more episodes coming soon. If you're watching the video version, make sure you give this video a like, leave a comment letting us know what you thought, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when we post new videos. If you have stories of your own, send them in to me. You can send them in at truemythsonlie@gmail.com, or you can DM them to me on Instagram at Culture35, whichever you prefer. Whether it's a true story that happened to you or something that you want me to use as the lie, I would love to hear your stories. That is about it. Thank you again for watching. We will see you again next Tuesday with an episode of True Myths, One Lie, and this Friday with a brand new comedy skit. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.